Margaritaville.
Fruitcake's in the kitchen.
This is Fruitcakes on the radio, where Jimmy Buffett's biggest fans host their favorite Buffett songs. Let's meet this week's Parrot Head guest DJ.
Hi, my name is Ted Nitschke from Lakewood, California, and I'm this week's Fruitcake on the radio on Radio Margaritaville. I first heard Jimmy Buffett's music one day in 8th grade as a 13-year-old. I had a teacher, Mr. Rochford, who had a bit of a gruff exterior. We didn't know what to make of the active Army Guard, and I was pretty sure I didn't like him. He was better than the alternative, though. My own dad was a teacher at the school, and I definitely didn't want to sit in his class. One afternoon, to our surprise, Mr. Rochford brought in his record player and played a song by someone he said was America's greatest storyteller. This piqued my interest, and I had to hear more. That person, Jimmy Buffett, and that song has started me on this journey to parenthood from Jimmy Buffett's album Son of a Sailor, Cheeseburger in Paradise, on Radio Margaritaville.
Carnivorous habit, 80, nearly 70 days, losing weight without speeding, sunflower seed, drinking lots of carrot juice and soaking up the rain. Happy, wonderful dream, some kind of century street. Not zucchini, fettuccine, bulgur wheat, but a big warm bun and a huge hungry meat. Cheeseburger is paradise. Heaven on earth and on sight. Got to particular night. Signs on the stop. Cheeseburger in paradise. Heard about the old-time sailor and ate the same thing again and again. Warm and bread and the steak is a hit. Reminds me of a man at a holiday. The town changed, the sailors these days. When I'm at port, I get what I need. Now I heard that I got bananas, daiquiri, but that American creation on which I feed. Cheeseburger is paradise. Medium rare, mustard bacon patty. Heaven on earth and onion slice. I'm just a cheeseburger in paradise.
See, now that's the song that made me a parrot head. I'm Ted, and I'm your Fruitcake on the radio on Radio Margaritaville. A couple years later, I was still forming my love of Jimmy. When I was 15, my parents, Cliff and Sherry, took my younger brother Drew and I on a trip to Orlando, and one of the nights we'd ventured over to Universal City Walk. I had to eat at Margaritaville. It was the first time I'd ever seen anything Jimmy Buffett outside of my small town West Coast bubble. After eating there, I was a parrot head, and there was no turning back. The very next day, I dragged my parents to Target in Orlando, where I had to buy the CD set, 2003's Meet Me in Margaritaville, which to this date is the only CD I've ever worn out. One of these days, just like the booklet says, I'm gonna have that beer with Jimmy, it's the next check on my bucket list. My next song is my favorite song on that CD. Who doesn't want to have an African parakeet who can cuss, fuss, and pull a cork out of a bottle of wine? Here it is, my next song, track 2, disc 1 from Meet Me in Margaritaville, Migration by Jimmy Buffett.
Looking back at my background, trying to figure out how I ever got here. Some things are still a mystery to me. Others are much too clear. Oh, I love living in the sunshine. I stay contented most of the time, listening to Walker, Willis, and Willie sing me those Texas rhymes. while most of the people who retire in Florida are wrinkled or they lean on a crutch. Mobile homes are smothering my keys. I hate those bastards so much. I wish a summer squall would blow them all the way up to Fantasyland. Hey, they're ugly and square. They don't belong here. They look a lot better as beer cans. That's why it's still a mystery to me why some people live like they do. So many nice things happening out there, they've never even seen a clue. But we're doing fine, we can travel and rhyme. I know we've been doing our part. I got a Caribbean soul I can barely control, and some Texas hidden here in my heart. Well, I might have joined the Merchant Marine if I hadn't ever learned how to sing. On top of all that, I got married too early. Cost me much more than a ring. But now those crazy days are over. You better learn from the wrong things you've done. I came off the rebound, I started looking around, figured out it's time to have a little fun. That's why it's still a mystery to me why some people live like they do. So many nice things happening out there, they've never even seen a clue. But we're doing fine, we can travel and rhyme. I know we've been doing our part. I got a Caribbean soul I can barely control, and Florida hidden here in my heart. If I ever live to be an old man, I'm gonna sail my boat to Martinique. Buy me a sweat-stained Bogart suit and an African parakeet, and then I'll sit him on my shoulder and open up my crusty old mind. I'm gonna teach him how to cuss, teach him how to fuss, and pull the cork out of a bottle of wine. That's why it's still a mystery to me why some people live like they do. So many nice things happening out there, they've never even seen a clue. We're doing fine, we can travel and rhyme. I know we've been doing our part. I got a Caribbean soul I can barely control, and some Texas hidden here in my heart. A Caribbean soul I can barely control, and some Texas hidden here in my heart. Thank you. We're still hopefully living and dying at three-quarter time every now and then, you know? I hope you're going to dance your way out of here. We'll see some of you on Saturday and some of you next year. Thank you, New England, for all the years. Nautical wheelers who call themselves sailors play fiddle tunes under the stars. Petticoats rustle and working shoes scuffle. Then they shuffle on down to the bar, where the jukebox is blasting and the liquor is flowing, an occasional bottle of wine. That's 'cause everyone here is just more than contented to be living and dying in three-quarter time. Hey, it's dance with me, nautical wheeler. Take me to stars that you know. Come on and dance with me, nautical wheelers. I want so badly to go. Well, the left foot will travel where the right foot will follow, heading down to the sidewalks unglued. into the street of the city so neat, where nobody cares what you do. Sonia is grinning and Phil is ecstatic. Hey, Mason has jumped in the sea. I'm hanging on to the line from the sailboat or nautical wheeler, save me. Hey, it's dance with me, nautical wheeler. Take me to stars that you know. Come on and dance with me, nautical wheeler. I want so badly to go. Now the sunrise will blink on the sleep that's escaped us. Hey, everyone's off to their bed. They'll be hugging and squeezing, little pleasing and teasing, and rubbing of each other's heads. Won't you dream on, compadre? Seems nothing affects you. Oh, nothing, no reasons, no rhyme. That's 'cause everyone here is just more than contented to be living and dying in three-quarter time. So it's dance with me, nautical wheelers, and take me to stars that you know. Come on and dance with me, nautical wheelers. I want so badly to go. I want so badly to go. Hey, I want so badly to go.
You're listening to Jimmy Buffett's Radio Margaritaville, and I'm your Fruitcake on the Radio guest DJ, Ted Nitschke. That was Nautical Wheelers, my all-time favorite Jimmy Buffett song. As I've grown up, Jimmy's music has been a constant. I've gotten married, I have a smart and hilarious 2-year-old daughter, Eliza, and as a new parent, the songs hit differently than they used to. I'm now more drawn to Jimmy's older ballads. There's something beautifully simple about Jimmy's songs from the 70s. I can see the stories come to life, and as a writer and producer, Jimmy's work really inspires me to focus on the characters and worlds I'm creating. Songs like this really drive me forward to create stories and characters that are lasting as Jimmy's. One of these days, I will hear Jimmy Buffett do Nautical Wheelers live with Eliza on her daddy's shoulders. For my last song, I want to pay tribute to my dad, Cliff, and my daughter. This song really bridges the gap between my love of Jimmy and my dad's love of the Muppets, which he brought me up on, which I am now sharing with Eliza. She loves Kermit and always wants to hear this song. Even though it's not a Jimmy original, it really brings me to the Buffett tailgates with my wife Jen, family and friends, and fun times at Margaritavilles around the world, as well as my love of creating movies and television for kids. I'm currently a development executive in that world, and both Kermit the Frog and Jimmy Buffett are shining lights as I try to make stories that are relevant, inspirational, and just tell great damn stories. So here's to the great storytellers around the world and the people that love them. Here's to Mr. Roachford, Mr. Buffett, and Mr. the Frog. I'm Ted Nitschke, and I have been your Fruitcake on the Radio from Lakewood, California. I want to shout out friends and family in Fresno and Lakewood. Here's my last song, one of Jimmy's best deep cuts for you at home and my daughter Eliza, Jimmy Buffett and Kermit the Frog's Caribbean Amphibian. Aloha, hi-ho, and fins up to Jimmy's Parrothead Nation.
I know a tropical island where the mango moon and banana sunshine.
And on this tropical island there lives a cousin of mine.
Sometimes he lives in the water, sometimes he lives on the land. Sometimes he likes to go sun himself on soft Caribbean sand. He's a Caribbean amphibian. He likes to hop in the tropical sea. Caribbean amphibian, a frog in a coconut tree.
The flying fish and the turtles, they've seen him hop where the pineapple grows. He likes to see all the islands, so island hopping he goes.
Sometimes he hops to Jamaica, sometimes to Haiti he hops. Sometimes a warm Puerto Rican beach is where he finally stops. He's a Caribbean amphibian. He likes to hop in the tropical sea. Caribbean amphibian, a frog in a coconut tree.
A frog in a coconut tree.
in the water, sometimes he lives on the land. Sometimes he likes to play music in an all-amphibian band. He's a Caribbean amphibian. He likes to hop in the tropical sea. Caribbean amphibian. A frog in a coconut tree. A frog in a coconut tree. He's a frog in a coconut tree. Ribbit, ribbit.
Thanks for listening to Fruitcakes on the Radio, the time each week where one of Jimmy Buffett's biggest fans gets total control of Radio Margaritaville. If you want to share your songs and stories, get info and enter at SiriusXM.com/Radio Margaritaville.